All right, so there's guys out there who are deeply, deeply insecure, right? They may get no attention on dating or anything like this, or in the dating apps or whatever it may be, and they figure that if they just get abs, this problem will go away, right? So there's like obsessed with abs. I just want abs. I want to be lean, right? And these guys, they don't get anywhere. Whereas there's other guys out there who understand the realistic time and effort required with getting abs. They also understand realistically how to get there. They show up day in, day out, and they profit, right? I'm going to talk about the difference here specifically in this video. I'm going to talk about how to get that V shape, those V shaped abs, right? And without further ado, let's dive right into it. I remember clearly I was standing up on a scale, right? This is like before I got into this fitness stuff. I was standing on one of those weight scales. And this one told you your body fat percentage as well. Now I've learned that the body fat percentage on those scales tends to be very inaccurate, but that's a whole nother story. So I stepped on that scale and it gave me my weight. I was like 140 pounds. And in height, I'm somewhere around 5'10, 5'11, right? So I read this and it tells me my body fat percentage is something really low, like 7, 8%, right? So ultimately, I'm underweight for my height. And people around me would tell me this all the time. They'd be like, oh, you're looking very skinny, you're looking very frail, right? But I just wouldn't believe it because at that point, I was so deeply insecure, right? And again, I wasn't getting any attention on like dating apps or anything like this. So I was obsessed with like meeting this ideal, or what I thought at the time was like this ideal of male aesthetics, right? Like getting like a sharp jawline and getting abs. And when I saw that number, I was like, wow, my body fat percentage is so low. I'm like 140 pounds, right? Yet I still don't have abs. I keep reading online about like, oh, if you're under 10% body fat, your abs will show for sure, but I don't see abs anywhere, right? And I would like at that point I was like DMing people I followed in the fitness world, like influencers and stuff, saying, hey man, my body fat percentage is this, but I still don't see my abs. Like help me, because I was so confused, right? And this leads me to the first point, which is before we even talk about how to get abs, if you don't have a foundation of muscle, there is absolutely no point in chasing abs. I spent so much of my fitness journey like chasing abs without having a foundation of muscle because, again, I was like, oh, you got to be lean. That's like the ideal physique, right? But the fact of the matter is, if you don't have a foundation of muscle, just abs by themselves look pathetic, right? You just look skinny, frail, weak, oh, but you have abs. Like, there's nothing aesthetic about it, right? So that's the first myth I want to dispel, right? And I got this train of thought because of everything I'd read online about people saying, oh, abs are made in the kitchen, bro. Like anytime I'd look for advice on how to get abs, how to get aesthetics, it was always the same stuff being regurgitated, right? Regurgitate, whatever the word is. But and it was the same stuff. It was like, oh, abs are made in the kitchen, bro, and you got to be lean for the aesthetics, bro. So it's all about what you eat, bro. Like, no, take that thought out the window. We don't listen to those people. These people put a train of thought on us that doesn't serve us whatsoever. Look, it's kind of a half truth, right? Because yes, abs are made in the kitchen, and yes, like the typical male aesthetics, it does favor leanness. But I'm telling you, if you don't have the foundation of muscle, because I've been there, didn't have the foundation of muscle, and I was still trying to cut. It's just not going to look aesthetic whatsoever. So a foundation of muscle is most important when we talk about this aesthetic thing, right? So that's point number one. Now the next thing that I remember is I was sitting in my room, I was watching YouTube videos, right? And I was trying to understand the same thing that you're trying to understand right now, like how to get those aesthetic abs. And all these people would tell me, oh, you don't need to train abs, right? Oh, they're hit by themselves from the compound movements, right? You don't need to train abs. Like take that thought out the window as well. We don't listen to those people. These people are also putting a train of thought on us that's going to hurt us in the long run in terms of achieving our goal, right? Look, this is another one of those situations where it's a half truth. There's going to be some people who just have phenomenal ab genetics and they never need to touch ab training. And they'll have a great six pack when they cut. But there's going to be a lot of people who are going to cut down. Their abs aren't going to quite look the way they want them to. And they'll just be like, oh, it's my genetics, bro. Like, yes, partly it is genetic, but ab training will definitely help. We've seen this time and time again. There's many fitness influencers who ran like experiments where they train their abs, or they don't train their abs, and afterwards they get into ab training and their abs almost always improve in terms of how they look visually, right? And I've had the same experience. So the long and short of how to get that V line, that V abs, right, is firstly build muscle. If you don't have muscle, yes, maybe you can still get abs, but again, there's going to be nothing aesthetic about it. So firstly, build muscle. Once you focus on building muscle, then of course the focus is on leaning down. But while you're in that muscle building phase, or even while you're in that leaning down phase, train the lower abs, especially the lower ab training is really what's going to bring that V and get it to pop, right? At least in my experience. So what I did was, at the end of every workout, I just throw in like three sets of ab exercises, and I'd kind of alternate between hitting the upper abs or lower abs. So maybe one day I'm doing like a plank, right, and another day I'm doing hanging leg raises. That's a great workout for the lower ab, right? So that's what I would recommend. Just at the end of your workout, throw in a few sets of ab exercises, right? And you can kind of rotate this how you'd like. Maybe do it on the end of some workouts, not the other, whatever best fits your schedule. But just add in a few sets of ab training somewhere, right? Hit the top, hit the bottom, do whatever exercise you like. I mean, that's kind of less important, right? So whatever you enjoy. I personally, for the upper abs, I like doing crunches, and for the lower abs, I like doing hanging leg raises, right? Keep on doing that, but make sure you're challenging yourself as well. Like, don't just do body weight hanging leg raises and to the point where you're not feeling anything and you're not being challenged, right? If body weight has gotten easy enough, start adding weight to it, right? Treat it like any other muscle group, progressively overload. If you do these three things, you'll have V abs in no time. Now, I just want to end this video off by saying, be kind to yourself throughout this fitness process, right? Look, I remember when I started this fitness stuff, and I remember, again, I started from deep insecurities, and I was just trying to get abs, trying to meet like the ideal male physique to get more matches on dating apps or whatever it may be, right? That was literally my only motivation. Was like, I want to get more dates. I don't care about anything else, right? And that's what drove me on to self-improvement, and that's what drove me to get into fitness, right? And throughout that process, I've made 1,000,001 mistakes, but B, I've largely been extremely insecure throughout that whole process, and now I'm kind of working through it. And I was way more insecure when I started, and fitness has definitely helped me overcome my insecurities. But at that point, I was like, oh, if I have abs, then I'll get lots of dates, and all my insecurities would go away. That's not exactly what happened, right? That's not exactly what happened. And realistically, to be completely honest with you, I was using this abs and this fitness stuff kind of as a way to not put myself out there, because I was so deadly scared of rejection, right? Especially in terms of dating. So I was like, oh, I can't go out there and date and I ask people out. Now I got to, for first, I'm going to lean down, then I'm going to get abs, then I'll look really great. Then I basically will never get rejected, right? It was kind of like a form of avoidance in that sense, because I just couldn't accept myself how I was, which obviously exacerbated the insecurities and such, right? And it took me a long time, again, 3, 4, 5 years of training to kind of finally come to the realization that, again, fitness stuff helps. Like, I'm not going to sugarcoat it. Getting a great physique will help, and it will help a lot in some cases. But what will help a surprising amount, right, on this dating stuff and probably just like quality of life stuff in general, is just learning to accept yourself as you are right now, being more positive rather than negative. Because I was very negative on myself. Like, I slip up on my diet a little bit, and I like start guilt tripping myself and getting caught in like negative thought cycles, things like this, right? And I was very negative of myself in a bunch of other ways. Like I said, I didn't like a single aspect of my face or my physique. So you can kind of probably get an idea of what my inner self-talk was like, right? Because insecurities don't just come out of nowhere. It's because you feel something about you is inadequate, right? That's ultimately the root of it. So I understand what all that's like. I understand what it's like being in that painful position. And I understand what it's like to reach out to fitness as kind of an avenue to get yourself out of that painful position. All I'm inviting you to do is, I'm still saying do that fitness stuff, all that. Again, that changed my life completely. I think this will be one of the most life-changing journeys of your life. But all I'm inviting you to do is, rather than being negative and beating yourself up every single day about it, and again, I was using it as kind of a way to prevent doing these things that I realistically should have been doing. I should have been putting myself out there in social situations. I should have been putting myself out there in dating situations. But I was like, oh, I need abs first. Like, no, you don't, right? Again, do both at once. Do both at once. Put yourself out there. Express yourself. Be proud of yourself as you are right now. Be proud of yourself every single day that you show up. That way, you're going to achieve your fitness goal. And also, you're going to enjoy it a lot more and be genuinely happy and go on the journey towards being genuinely secure along the way. And again, you'll be surprised In terms of, I know on the outside looking in, it may seem like in this dating stuff, oh, looks are all that matters, and if you just have the muscle, then it'll be great, and if you don't have the looks, then, but you'll be surprised at how much of a difference. Again, all I'm asking is try it, but I think you'll be surprised about how much of a difference genuinely accepting yourself and putting yourself out there and getting over this fear of rejection and stuff. Even though it seems very scary at the start, it seems like, why would I ever want to do that? You'll be surprised at how much it would genuinely change the quality of your life, right? So anyway, long story short, be proud of yourself every single day for showing up. A lot of people will start this fitness stuff. Not a lot will see it through to the end. You and I, we're in this together. We're dedicated. We're going to see it through to the end. Now, I just want you to imagine for a second. Imagine you take this advice, you run with it, and your dating life is improving day by day by day, right? But most importantly, your confidence in yourself is improving day by day by day, right? Imagine that. And that's the path you're on. Keep working hard, keep putting yourself out there. Don't trip over rejection, none of this stuff, right? And again, get your worldly goals. Get your worldly goals in terms of, all the attention you want on dating apps and such. Stay on this path, you will get that. But enjoy that journey along more and be secure along the way. I think that's the best way to do it, at least from what I've learned so far, right? And that's all I got for this video. Thank you so much for watching. Ultimately, I want this to be a positive little community where we help each other, support each other, and help each other get to the next level in life. So please come join the community. I'll leave my Instagram, TikTok in the description. Also somewhere here, please do support there as well. Please like, comment, and subscribe. Seeing my subscribers grow up, or go up rather, greatly fuels my ego, which is great. And I'll talk to you later. Peace.